Hello guys and welcome to the MCC tutorial. In the next few videos I will try to introduce you to what is MCC. A lot of people see the videos of MCC and say what the hell is that? So many menus, so much things on the screen, you can get lost by it. So I will try to explain. MCC actually is not my project, it's something that I picked up. It was originally created by a sick boy Viking and Spirit back on the Sixth Sense community. It's actually a mission maker on the fly thing that you can use, and the idea is to enhance the gameplay. Though ArmA is a great game, it do have some bugs. Some of them are coming from the engine, and most of them are coming from human players. Fair to design a mission. As you go, some of the triggers won't work, and you have 20 people on the server waiting for the evac chopper to come, and nothing happened. So MCC is like a wrapper around the Upspawn script, and it has a lot of other features that let you either use it as a mission maker on the go. Once you go into the server, you got a few guys, you want to have a game, you just take a few minutes to build a quick mission, or if you want to, you can just take already a build mission, like I was trying to do something here, just if you go some waypoints, and use it as a wrapper in case you expected 10 guys and all of a sudden you have 20 guys on the server. You want to thicken the enemy's line, you want to add some extra vehicle or something like that. You have the option to do it on the fly. You don't have to stop everything and edit your mission, you just do it on the fly. And this is the idea behind it too. It's freedom for the player. Although some might think of it as a cheat tool, it's actually not a cheat tool. It wasn't built for the single player, although it is working limitedly on the single player campaign. It is for the multiplayer community, and I will try to explain the basic of it in the few short videos that we have ahead. I want to start with the access model. Actually, if you open the models in the 2D editor, of course, you will see there are three MCC models. There is the access right, there is the special forces, and there is the undercover agents. I will touch these two later on. Just want to touch the MCC Sandbox access right at the moment. If you just put the model, the access right, you can see it over here. If the access right model is actually exists, only the admin will have access to the MCC sandbox. But you can do a few stuff. Like if you want only the wall, if you have some walls, let's say like 10 players or something like that, and you want one wall to be reserved for the mission maker, all you have to do is synchronize between the role that you want to give the access to the MCC access rights, and he's the only one who will have the option to open the MCC menu. I have to stop right here and say one thing. Even if all the players, which is usually how I play, have access to the MCC menu, they can open the MCC, but in any given time only one player can be actually the mission maker. So if any other player open the MCC, try to do something, try to hijack your mission making authority, as I call it, from you trying to spawn a CAS or evac or some artillery on you, he can do that. You're just gonna get access denied, as long as the mission maker is present. So although even if he lost his connection, he's coming back, until he didn't log off, he still have full control of MCC, and no one else will have control of it. The only control he will have, other players will have actually, is about client-side setting. I will get to it later on. So about the MCC access model, you can either synchronize it to a specific role, or you can, even if you want to, let's just say like this, you can type the name of the players, not the role, the name of the players you want them to have the access to the MCC sandbox, and this is how we do it. Okay, I'm just gonna type this set variable, and then open bracket, names is the variable name, and then I put in an array the name of the player that I want to have access to it. Let's put me in here, let's put Spirit in here, and this is it actually. Now only me and Spirit will have the option to call the MCC. Now let's get into the game. Okay, First thing first, you can see on the upper right hand side of the screen, you're going to see synchronizing with the server. It's going to take a few seconds. What he's actually doing is asking the server what time is it on the server, what weather it is, if there are any custom markers, any custom briefing, any custom objective that you have to do. Every join in progress player, as we call it, JIP, will have a synchronized session. After that, he can actually he will get all the information from the server, and it will be just like he played from the start of the mission. He won't be missing anything. This is the first thing you want to do. Then if you move your mouse wheel in the action menu, if you got the access, you're going to have the mission generator. Before I'm going to press that, I just want to say a little tip. Okay, by pressing Alt and T, because I'm the only one in here, I will have a message say teleporting. This is for new join in progress player JIP. They just moved in. You don't have to arrange them a transport or anything. You can just tell them press Alt T and they will be teleported. It's single use. If I do it again, you see teleport is not available. They will be teleported to their leader position. So this is a quick and efficient way to not disturbing the game, since somebody is late for your session is always open. They can just jump into the action. So let's open the MCC, and I'm going to talk about what we have here in the first menu. So the first thing we can see is actually the client side setting. If I'm not the mission maker, which actually there is no mission maker, as you can see here, there is no name, I can press the login button. If there is no mission maker, all I can do with the MCC actually is just set the amount of grass I see and the distance that I can, the view distance that I have. Okay, so let's say no grass, set it to 500. This is all the options that I'm gonna have. This is it. Now let's start the magic. Let's first log in into MCC. Once I'm log in, you can see, okay, I got access granted to Shy G-Man. My name is over here. Nobody else can access. You can monitor the client FPS and the server FPS. So you can see over here. And the first thing I want to do usually is starting by mission setting. Okay, once I'm opening the mission setting, I have to say right here, it is recommended to put a description file and put it respawn on base and let MCC handle your respawns, but it doesn't mandatory. You can just do whatever you like to with your respawn. Back to the topic, in the mission setting, what I can set is this: artillery rounds per hour. This is actually the bone script, how many rounds I want the artillery to have per hour. Let's say 50. Undercover agents detected by, I will get to it once we talk about undercover agent. Resistance hostile to, which faction? The resistance faction will be hostile. Let's keep it to all. The AI skill level. Okay, is the teleport team enabled, disabled, or just after or if I can teleport every time after I respawn? Let's put it on JIP only. And the ace pullman revive, if you are using ace, how many revive you have. Will you have the unconscious spectator script on, and how many seconds you have. Once I confirm that, I will get the Bon Artillery message: artillery operator 50 rounds available, and we're good. The second section is actually controlling the weather and the fog. Let's put it a bit rainy in here. Okay, I don't like fog, so I'll put it just on 1. I can change the time of day. Okay, once I got this, I will want to put a start location to my faction. Since I'm US Army, I will start with the start location of the West. Just click it, and let's say we're gonna start somewhere near here. Okay, once I clicked it, this is the start location. It's gonna mark like this. So this is a really noisy place I picked. This is the start location. If you got this red X, it means that the respawn is enabled. It's controlled by the ace pullman revive if it's enabled, or I can just press disable respawn. Once I play disable respawn, as you can see, the red X is gone. And once I died, if ace is enabled, the ace spectator mode will kick on. So what is the start location? Actually, each player, no matter if you join in progress or you died and you got respawn, we get teleported to the start location. This is the start location for all the players, so you don't have to place them before that. Now MCC, as I told you before, MCC is built. I just have to teleport myself out of here because this is a very noisy environment. Okay, little option that you got as a mission maker, I can teleport myself with the teleport. as I say, MCC is built around ArmA2. ArmA2, it's a great script controlling AI. There are different behavior that you can have. So it's actually divided, it's controlled by zone. So let's say I want to put a little FOB for the USMC. I will put here. Okay, I made a 25 by 25 zone. This is zone number 1, and this is the first zone. It's going to mark on the map. Of course, only me as the mission maker can see the markers. The other players can't see it. Okay, so be safe. Now I want to spawn some things on that zone. First of all, you can see the faction. You don't have to do anything from them. The MCC will just recognize whatever mode you're using, and you will see all the factions that are available for you. You can just pick another faction, press update, and it's going to load all the different vehicle and different units that this faction have. So you can spawn either groups or you can spawn units. Let's start by spawning a little base. Okay, from the dock, the dynamic object creator, I want to spawn a small base. Once I click spawn, okay, I will get a message that it is spawned, and as you can see, we got a base in a second. Not exactly fit on the road, but this is the zone I picked. And let's say I want to have some unit guarding it. So for start, let's spawn a group. Let's say I want to have a fire team. This fire team, now we're going to go on the behavior. This fire team, I want them to take position on the static weapon and everything. You can just put the 45. 45 will actually use static weapon, get inside building. The enemy will try to fortify himself, and if I just press spawn, you can see the group is spawned. I believe you can see it over here. If you take a second for the upspawn script to kick in, and then you're going to start looking for position to get inside. Okay, it's going to take a second now. Hopefully, as you can see it right now, they are running to take position.
When my shift's over, I'm gonna go play video games.
Nice of him. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay, they will find a way in a second or two. You can see them mounting the guns, getting inside the building, etc, etc. I don't want to go overheat. Okay, as you can see, the AI just manned the gun, get inside the building. Let's start to do some of the magic stuff that MCC have. For that, I will just pick some nice location like that. I'm gonna teleport myself. I'm gonna go to ghost mode. It's actually cheating, and there is a message: mission maker is cheating, so everybody will know that I'm in ghost mode. The AI won't shoot at me. So let's place another zone. This time I'm gonna make it 50 by 50. Okay, and now let's go to the Pakistan militia, I think, yeah, militia update, and you have that. Let's pick a militia patrol and spawn it on aggressive. Okay, once you spawn them, where am I? Once you spawn them, you can see them over there. They will start patrolling the zone. It's a random patrol. They just go all over the zone, and they are attached to the zone. Now, if I spawn them, let's say an empty vehicle, okay, in order to pick a single unit or vehicle, just pick from here vehicle. Let's say I want to have them Land Rover M2, and I want it to be empty. I just pick it empty over here, press spawn again. We should have two vehicles over here. As you can see, the AI are attached to the zone. They're starting to patrol the area, and it is the upspawn script, okay. And if I'm moving the zone a bit far away, the AI is smart enough to use the vehicle, or even choppers if they are available, to move from one location to other. I really recommend you to read about that in the upspawn thread in the BI forum. There are a lot of cool features that you can have. I can spawn another zone. Let's make it a bit smaller over here, and I want a militia patrol to be on ambush. Okay, once I do that, just go teleport for you to see the action. When I do that, they will look for the road. See, they go into ambush. You can see the other guys back there getting inside the car probably. Okay, because they're moving to the new zone, they are attached to the zone, they're manning the car. A good trick, put some civilian car. The other players won't expect enemy forces to move in civilian cars. and you just see a bunch of enemy forces jumping out of all the ladder of all the bus. We're gonna run them over and surprising the player. So what actually the ambush group did, not very successfully, but that's what they did. They put a mine on the road. Bless you. They put a mine on the road, and then they lay off, they lay down actually on some sort of ambush, and this is kind of behavior you can see from MCC. Okay, other option that we have from the zone generator. In my idea, the best mission, you don't have to overkill it. Just put a few zones, on different behaviors. Some on defensive, some on aggressive, and some on 45 stealth, whatever. And you're gonna have a lovely firefight. You don't have to put too much effort doing some fancy scripting stuff. Let the ArmA2 script take over, and you have a fantastic mission. But if I want to get over the different behavior that you can have, actually, if it's the empty, not empty, the difference between empty and not empty, of course, is the fact that, create a little zone over here, it's the fact that the vehicle will be manned or not. If I just pick a Land Rover that is not empty, okay, it's gonna be, where the hell did it spawn? Oh, over here. It's gonna be a vehicle with men inside, and it starts patrolling the zone. I can choose to put them on aggressive. In aggressive behavior, they will chase enemies outside of the zone. They will reinforce other zones if they are close by, and they won't be strict to the zone to pursue enemy. In defensive mode, actually, they will stay in the zone even if they are knows about other enemies not too far. They will stay in the zone. They will not move to other zone. A lot of the mistake that the new mission maker do is put everybody on aggressive, and then the players get into the first firefight. There is a reinforcement from all over the area to the players. Usually the players get wiped, but even if they don't and they do succeed, the rest of the mission is just empty because the other zones are empty because everybody on aggressive. They just all the AI, the enemies run to the players on the first wave. So mixed with the different behavior. Passive behavior, they will actually just stand around until they get under fire. Once they get under fire, they will leave the zone. They will act like on aggressive. 45, we already gone through that. They will get into building. They will man static weapons. This is the idea behind that. And ambush, we've gone through that too. They will lay down. They will put mines. They will try to ambush the enemy players or other enemies. AIs, not just have to be players. Onward offensive, onward defensive. It means only to vehicle. If I want the vehicle to just drive on the road, I can put it on onward offensive or onward offensive or defensive. It means that it will stay on the road until it get under fire. If it's onward offensive, he will move away from the zone to pursue after the enemy. If it's on onward defensive, he won't move away from the zone under fire. Beast default, it just spawn a group without the ArmA2 taking over. They will just have the very interactive AI, not tricked, anything. Beast defense actually spawn a group of players. Let's put them here in beast defense. Some of them, if I can see where they spawn, over there. Some of them will just sit down. The other will patrol the area. Okay, this is beast default behavior. It's nice to put them in a little tent or something, just to give them normal behavior. And this patrol, it just spawn random patrol, pretty much like the ArmA2, but we will have this default AI behavior. Let's go over the awareness. Awareness is the basic. If you want them to be aware, combat, stealth, or careless, of course. The behavior, the awareness of the AI group will change if they're under combat. So if you put them on careless, they will be careless until you shoot them. Okay, so they won't stuck on that behavior for too long. Track on and off, it's usually for debug purpose. If I put a group on a track, let's put them on defensive. Let's put malicious theme 80. Now you're going to see some green markers that actually mark the waypoint of this given group on the zone. You can do some mission with that if you want to say, like, we got a GPS transmitter on that enemy unit, and you have to find it, that we know where it's going, something like that. Use your imagination. You can work with that. This is the basic idea behind the MCC, or the original MCC without the added values. you can see the waypoint starting to build, and this is it. Now we'll go over some of the extended feature. First feature I want to show is actually the paratrooper. Of course, you can spawn all the different units that you have, from air unit, armor, mechanized, and all. They will all behave more or less on the same with the same behavior that I already explained. So of course, don't put an armor tank on 45, because he won't get into building, believe me. But let's say I want to call a paratroops. I can call a small helicopter or a large C-130 plane. Let's say I want to call a small helicopter. Once I press it, in a few seconds you're going to see an helicopter. Helicopter will fly to that zone, and somewhere near it some special forces unit will jump for the plane and start move to that zone. The behavior of the paratroopers themselves is defined by the spawn setting. So the only difference is that they are not spawned into the zone, they are dropped into the zone by chopper. If we just wait a few seconds, you can see that. Okay, the chopper is inbound. In a few seconds I'm probably gonna see him over the ridge if I'm looking in the right direction, which I believe I am. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's already there because of the fog. As you can see behind, and he just dropped a few paratroopers that will land on the ground. This is it.